All right, very good morning to everyone. So in this video, I'm here to discuss any problem that you might be having, any technical stuff. So just to give you some help, and meanwhile, I will be also discussing about AI and what are the advantages, disadvantages, and what are the things that I'm observing. So you can feel free to ask any question, right? It's not just to talk about AI. I thought of doing more of these live streams so that I can help some of you guys, and as well as we can have a friendly discussion. So yeah, keep to hope to keep continuing doing these discussions. If I don't have any question, I will pick a random topic that I think that is interesting and keep talking about it. And feel free to join and discuss anything. You can ask me anything if there's the resources and the time. I will try to solve your issues while being on the live stream. Anything you can ask anything technical. So anyway, right now, what I was going to talk about is about AI, right? AI has been the topic, right? Everybody uses it, and there's no way around it. And let's see what is going on, right? So the thing is this now the computers are fast enough, very fast, and they have a lot of memory, and the GPUs that we currently have are really advanced. They can do a lot of computations, but the thing is there are certain bottlenecks in the architecture as well, because these GPUs were never designed to do such computations which are needed for artificial intelligence. But anyway, due to the libraries that we have like CUDA and all, this is a possibility to use the existing frameworks and the existing hardware resources, right? So anyway, AI, when it comes to AI, it has almost affected all the sectors except for the physical, uh, except for the sectors that requires physical presence or the strength of a human, let's say. Hmm? That means the sectors that needs physical effort, but again still the management chain who is controlling that level is again affected by AI. So I don't know, most of the sectors are affected by AI. I think other than adapting to it, there's no way around. So it's good to adapt a technology. But recently I had this thought are we the only ones impacted? I think no, because let's consider our parents. They also had to go through a technological revolution. Maybe they did not have these computers when they were born, but soon, considering years 1996 to until now, the computers has been rapidly advancing, especially the in the advancements that we saw with regards to the mobile developments, all the apps, Android, the iOS, and all these platforms were advancing at a very high rate. And now we just have an app for almost anything, right? Yeah, feel free to ask me any question that you might be having. So yeah, so AI with regards to education, I don't know, when I was in the university, everything we had to read through search, deep search using the internet and try to find the answers. But now I think AI has become a very good search engine. Basically, like it's like uh, highly personalized assistant to you when it comes to searching stuff, right? For the basic first impression or to get an idea, it's very easy. If you just go to Google right now and just ask something, it has this inbuilt AI mode, and first search, instead of the search results, you will get an AI suggestion or an AI based information that is like solely created based on your question. But a few years ago it was not the case, right? So it's pretty interesting to observe all this, and it's also important that you secure your value when the systems are advancing, because now when we look at the society, the technology has filled most of the gaps or the most of the training or most of the hard work done by people, and now they have raised the whole society to a level that seems equal at a glance. So this is especially true with regards to the education sector. So most of us, most of the students, most of, I mean, like mostly everybody seems to be alike now. In a way, it's both good and bad. I can't like really comment on that, how it's going to be. Let me bring one example. Like I was like trying to develop a small software for a Paralympic sport called Bocha, and during that time I had to work on with OpenCV, and I had to incorporate multiple cameras, and I had to like figure out how to package this entire thing into a Microsoft installer MSI application that you can like install in your computer. It took like 6 months, but as soon as the AI was like starting, I just gave the prompt and it just gave me the exact same steps that I need to follow in order for me to like develop the same application. All those steps were correct. It's like a hugely condensed library, that I would say. So you just have the entire library, and it gives you the results you want, and sometimes you like, if you are considering something like image generation. So education is highly impacted. So, and it's like having a personal tutor, right? You can ask a lot of things, and if you consider the levels of education, I think for most of us, like let's say 90% of the human population, AI that we have right now will be able to answer. But if you are like in a niche where you do research, and which becomes highly specific, then then you will have certain doubts regarding the responses that you get. But most of the stuff, I mean, AI is really powerful for a first approach, and it can be improved, but it highly depends on the way you prompt it. But now it's advanced to a level that it even can understand that, and it is like highly intelligent, and it's sometimes I understand that the happiness that you have, like achieving something after doing some work for hours, the level of happiness that you gain after completing something using AI and without using AI really depends on the hardness of the challenge. Even if you achieve something small, back in those days you feel happy. But now, when we have this AI, you need to like really solve something really hard using AI after struggling for some hours, and that might make you happy. So it really depends on the nature of your problem that you are trying to solve using AI, right? So as I said, like education is highly impacted. Sometimes it discourages critical thinking. But if you are and now if you are like thinking critically and you need ideas, yeah, you can ask the AI for some ideas and you can like filter it and decide on what you need to like further expand on. That gives you the flexibility, and you will have the opportunity to create more with less time. In a way, it gives the general population a tool that could be utilized to improve the efficiency, right? Overall efficiency, I don't know how to comment on that, because like we are spending so much energy, right, to just to get the response out of the system. We are wasting so much of energy. So now the system is like solely based on like training and building a large AI model that is able to understand the whole world. Uh, in a way, it is condensing all the knowledge that we have right now into a small package, and here is that, and you are free to use that. Mm, so it's good and bad, right? To have such a power depends on the way you use it, right? So most of us who are using it ethically will have no issues, but we don't know how it uh, will be any good or bad depending on the interest of another person, right? So you can sometimes like these systems and the providers, I would say, they have implemented rules and regulations that governs or monitors the use of AI, but we don't know and they don't know your intention. So you can prompt something in a different way to get some answers that you really need to do some amount of massive destruction. Let's say you need a timer circuit to detonate something. Yeah, if you ask the AI to give you instructions regarding to this, if you just ask this one, maybe it won't give you direct answers. But if you ask it in a way like I'm creating this kind of a timer circuit to blink an LED or something, yeah, it will give you that. So depends on the way you ask it. So in that way you will be able to extract some information out of this data set, I would say, to do whatever you want, right? Sometimes even for hacking and stuff, if you ask it to give you specific instructions to hack a system, it might not give. But if you ask it in a way that you ask a specific portion, like how to call an API or something, it will give you all that, right? So the use case only depends. So this has been always the case, even in the past, right? So it depends how you use it. So it's a tool for now. For now, I would say it's a tool for now. But in the future, we don't know how that tool will lead the society, because we are depending on it day by day. What about healthcare? Yeah, healthcare is also impacted, right? So these healthcare, they can use this one to like come up with new drugs for image analysis and most of the things, right? Yeah, so as well as patient monitoring, remote monitoring, all these things can be done, right? So even for like the wearables that we have today that measures parameters related to health, yeah, all these things are like can be embedded, and you can have small neural networks or some API in your small tech gadgets that connects to the cloud and get you what you need, or send the data to be like analyzed on the cloud. The problem right now is like it's very difficult with the amount of computing power that we have to have some small tech gadget with an embedded large language model. But but we we have more than enough the capability to connect to such a large language model that lives in the cloud. So healthcare management and everything is affected. What about business? Yeah, most of the businesses now, they want to like reduce the amount of employees. So definitely people who are working are affected by this, right? So what can we do? Rather than adapting to it, there's no way, right? Finding some way to have or retain your value in the society, really important. Otherwise, most of the people who had the skill might not even get a chance to express what they know, because like what I have seen, like let's say uh, freshly graduated students are applying for a job. What happens though there is like, if I am the boss and if I get the CVs from these graduates, how can I know by looking at their resume who is the talented, right? Who fits this job role more? There's no way. And looking at a resume or a CV, I don't think we can like identify the proper talent. This is a major problem. Maybe like a person who has the capability and the experience will not even get a chance to face the interview because of AI, unless everybody is like using AI in a very different scale, that he he or she, like let's say the person should be talented, that comes as the second, because first they need to get through the interview. If they even don't get the interview, how can they get the job? So sometimes like a proper prompt might get you the job, even if you are under talented, or if you know nothing about what you are even trying to do once you get the job. So uh, I don't know, like anyway, like some cultures, like some countries, they have this way to build people inside the company or inside the business. So these countries, what they do is like, anyway, the recommended people that who get a job is basically based on connections and recommendations. So if someone recommends this person or this student or someone to a job, they will get the job, right? They will get the job, but they are still uh, but I would say uh, like educated or built within that enterprise. So it's like that knowledge is solely confined to a particular industry or particular enterprise. So anyone who goes there will adapt to that work, and they will grow inside that with that enterprise. So in that sense, even though like for the overall uh, movement of the human race to the future, I don't think it will be that much of a problem, because like still that highly specific knowledge that you find in the world is still limited to those few enterprises who are the masters, or they are the ones who are crafting the research and development that drives the world. So these are like handful number of entities that really does this. Others just contribute to that, but I don't know how much of contribution they for the world, because the world runs upon a handful number of people. Let's say like maybe like not even 1% controls the world, I think, if we look at the entire hierarchy, right? So in that sense, like anyway, you will be uh, uh, grown, or you will be like nurtured, right? Within that environment. So you are safe and the world will be safe, but I don't know whether everybody will get the same opportunity. It never has been that way anyway. Even though you have perfect skills, even though you are really good, we cannot guarantee that you will be successful. So what I think is like, try to adapt to whatever the change that is happening around. If you don't adapt, you will be left behind. So try to like catch up, try to use it and try to understand it, and try your best. That's the best advice that I could give. Like there's no direct answer for this one, right? So that's regarding business, right? Transportation, yeah, always affected, right? So AI driven cars, automated systems, routing of the traffic and everything can be done with AI. So we are heavily relying on the AI systems for transport as well. So that is also there. Manufacturing, until recently this was not that affected, I would say, because like anyway most of the manufacturing needs physical things to be done. But now like since AI has grown to a point where they can like also do design, testing, so most of the AI that we have right now is able to understand physics. So it's being um, applied to industries like 3D modeling, CAD, as well as like developing animations, which took a lot of effort, time. But day by day these systems are being assisted with AI for now, right? For now. So definitely like whatever the sector you are in, you still need to adapt, otherwise you will be impacted, right? We don't know, it's very hard these days to find a job. I mean like so competitive, and the amount of jobs are also low, right? So yeah, so you need to really see what is going around and try to find the value within the system. Entertainment industry is affected, right? Most of the I don't know, even for video creations, I used to create a lot of videos, but seeing the amount of AI videos and the AI assisted videos, right? Mostly like still humans are able to like get some sense out of that, but sometimes like we cannot figure out whether that video is real or not, because it's so hard to distinguish whether is it like a generated video or a real one. So entertainment and these videos that we see on social media, they are highly engineered to retain the viewers and really absorb the people to the platform. What about agriculture? Again, still, yeah, genetic modifications and developing crops and routines, everything. Agriculture, planning, management, all these things can be done with AI. Cybersecurity, again, a lot of in a lot of ways, right? We can create viruses, algorithms, ways to exploit, ways to improve. A lot of things can be done. So with all this, like we basically in any system we have the advantages and disadvantages, right? It depends, like you can get more done with less time if you really understand how it works. And as well as we have these agents, right? Agents that do testing, validation and everything, validation, and they do all the things, so you don't have to even like copy paste the code that is generated. Like every test case will be developed, and so you can get the product after some time, right? Time and product. you get all that after some time. So you don't have to even like stay there for the process to complete. In the initial phase, you were like there as an intermediate who like test the thing, check how it works. But now most of that work is also automated, and the tools chain can be linked, so it removes your effort in the process. So that I can take it as like an advantage. So you just need to prompt the system and you are able to get the product out. So that is there. And also like you have highly customized options, right? Customized models, I would say models for many things, like process audio, video, whatever the thing, 3D, writing, singing, most of the stuff. But one disadvantage I would say is like lacks, uh, I would say, the emotion that you have experienced over the past, right? If you are experiencing the current world, then I think you might not have a problem, but the contrast that people see between their childhood and right now will be different. That is like a different experience, I would say, right? So that amount of emotion that you get might have been impacted, right? Might have been impacted. So you uh, will have something. So yeah, so there is a disadvantage, I would say, like the cost associated, energy, all these things are there. So we burn more and more, well, I would say, right? More resources, right? More resources. And also like this is also like concentrating power, right? Concentrating power to one specific model. So whoever has a very good model might be able to like conquer the rest of the industries. So it's like concentrating power. And advantages like but as more people are getting into the business, cost of AI seems to go down for the public. All right, so that is there. But you will have to, if the ultimate model is discovered, you might have to pay more for that. Right? So what are the cases for the humans? It's like an iceberg, right? You see the tip, you will also have a bottom. Humans, I don't know where we will be at this rate, like what can I say, right? There are more possibilities for the human race, right? Either we use it as a tool, right? Humans are there, it's just a tool like your mobile phone, right? uh, unless we are the ones using the tool. But if 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 the tool becomes the central government, and we will be like servants, right? So AI governs the world. I don't know what happens when that happens. It might take more time, right? And also now there is the plan to like deploy the AI computing in space. So you will have satellites with the AI model running on the satellite, right? So you are here on Earth, all the computation and everything will be done on the satellite with solar panels for to get energy, and we will be exchanging data. So in this situation, if AI becomes more intelligent, there will be no way to stop. Even if you needed to pull the plug, there will not be a chance, right? If it is like self, what do you say, self aware, and we build the infrastructure of the earth so that we rely on all these AI models. So other than like depending on the AI to run the world, there will be no way, because like we might have cars, self-driving cars and everything that relies on AI, and the infrastructure will around it, right? So if we build the infrastructure around this kind of an art, I mean a platform, then we have problem, right? It's very hard to go old school once we have a system running. It's very hard because we have adapted. So the problem comes if there is a big natural disaster where you will uh, lose all the access, or if the AI becomes self-aware and you have no way around it other than to depend on it. There can be a lot of possibilities, right? So because we don't really understand this actually, not no understand, no proper understanding, I would say. It's so surprising how this system works. Can't even think how it works. I don't know whether it is like really uh, having the capability to think for itself, but definitely something that can think like us is out there. Otherwise, like how can it generate an answer that feels so attached to us, so convincing, so it talks to you, right? So it's very difficult to see where we are going at this rate. It's pretty interesting to see the world advancing in ways that we never thought we would have few years ago. So these are the advantages, disadvantages, and the use cases. Uh, and My advice right now is to like adapt to it, try to understand it, and make sure that you have some kind of a special ability or some kind of skills that really gives you an uh, advantage, or like a protection in the world, because we don't want to do the same thing and have the same kind of skills as everybody else. It's too risky to live like that, because who knows when you will be out of food and water, because your skill set is so common within the society. It's a big problem. I don't know how the world runs. Everything is so expensive for the most of the common people, I would say. Yeah, and education does not guarantee you that you will be having a job, or you will be able to mm, have food on your plate. That's what I want to say. It doesn't guarantee you, even if you have very good education, qualifications, it doesn't guarantee you. So right now it has become so difficult to really stand out, and so think about some skills that gives you some kind of uh, edge, I would say, right? It gives you some kind of an edge to survive, right? It's always about surviving. So you need some kind of specialized tools in addition to AI to survive, because AI is a common tool. With time, in no time, it will give the same capability to society most of the society, and specialization will be limited to the entities, right? The entities, and the rest of the world will be having common skills. So if everybody is the same, then the diversity decreases, and there is less and less chance, or the probability, for a certain individual. So that's why you need to think in a different way, so that you could survive. It's like evolution in a different way. Maybe like our ancestors, they had to hunt. Now we need to think and have certain skills to move forward. So it's really deep thinking about these topics. So I hope to keep doing certain things like this. Maybe when I have time, maybe it's daily in the morning. So thank you very much, I would say, for listening, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you very much for listening to the conversation.